I'm trying this live a little different this time. It's not like a live, but it's an unlisted live, meaning I'm filming a video for you guys, but I'm doing it through private live so that once it's done, it doesn't take forever to upload and it'll upload instantly, which I didn't freaking know I can do that. So here we go. We are going to get into this karmic love reading. If you've ever been involved in a karmic situation, karmic love, what went wrong, what were the issues that caused it to become the way that it is, separation, toxic, etc. Okay. So first we are going to get into my deck called What Went Wrong. All right, you guys can find this in my Etsy shop. Let's give it a quick cleanse, actually. Get my Palo Santo. Oops, my incense fell. Whoopsie. I have 3 different freaking smudge sticks in here. I got, or 4 actually. Incense, sage, cinnamon, and Palo Santo. Depends on what mood I'm in. I do prefer the smell of Palo Santo, though, to be honest with you. I guess it varies. And there I go, burning my nail, like I always do. Alrighty, my loves. Hope you guys have been doing well, making good choices. Like always, right? Like always. No. Here we go, darlings. Ooh, that was messy. Did you see that shuffle? It was really messy. All right, here we go. Okay, that one wants to come through. You allowed others in your business. That could have been the issue for some of you guys, right? You allowed others in your business, in your relationship problems, in your issues with your person, or they did. Whether, you know, the roles can be reversed, guys, okay? So either they felt or they didn't like the fact that every time you guys had issues, you ran to your friends, your family, or whoever and talked about your guys' problems, and that caused even more shit, okay? Or maybe you didn't like the fact that they would go, you know, run with your guys' little problems to their friends, and they would get influenced by their friends in regards to whatever it is that you guys were going through. Then we have bad luck. Something negative always happened when you guys were together. Maybe perhaps you were just get sign after sign, like, you know what, this isn't gonna work out. Every time we're together, something happens. We're either fighting or we just get bad luck. Someone's car breaks down, someone gets an issue, unexpected bill, someone ends up sick or drained. And those all could be signs that, you know what, maybe it led for your guys' separation, to your guys' separation, sorry. Make sure we, you guys could see. We have too painful. It hurts too much to hang on. For some, maybe the best decision you made was just to let go and to detach from the connection, because just persisting or going on, it became too much to bear, too much to deal with, too painful. It was becoming toxic and unhealthy, which is probably why, you know, with the bad luck card there, that's just sign after sign, time after time. All right, oops, the stick is popping out. Why am I don't even know why I have it upside down. Okay. Texting others in front of you. Maybe this is something they would do, or you would do. Somehow I feel like it could link to this one, allowing others in your business, right? You get upset with one another, right away you're texting your bestie or whatever, and it's like, ugh, leave your friends and your family out of it, and you guys fight about it, or yada yada yada. And you know, the worst thing you can do is allow somebody in your energy, especially when it comes to love, because guess what happens is you make that person that you're venting to hate them, just for you to turn around and be all in love with them again when you're fine. And then you give whoever you're venting to a fucking whiplash, and eventually they'll start to roll their eyes. You know what I mean? But if like you or this person was texting someone while, let's say, oh, hiding lies in plain sight. Let me just text my ex while she's fucking showering or in the kitchen cooking or watching TV. And it's like you're texting others in front of each other, or you caught someone doing this that caused an issue. Maybe the start of an issue. No longer able to tolerate them / you. Okay, so as you get deeper and deeper in the connection, gets toxic, whatever, eventually you're not going to be able to tolerate them anymore. Like, just the sound of their voice will make you fucking cringe. Just the way they look or breathe will irritate you. Just by them fucking chewing on gum will have you like, oh, I want to stab somebody. I know what you know, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you've been married for a long time and you're just like, my husband irritates the fuck out of me just for no reason. You love them, but they irritate you. Yeah. Something about y'all just you weren't able to tolerate them, or they just weren't able to tolerate you nagging them all the time, or it could be a little bit of both, okay? For going both ways. Constantly catching them or you acting strange, okay? So maybe perhaps you constantly, you know, caught them acting strange or suspicious, and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Or they felt this way about you, okay? So either or. Someone had feelings that it's like, hey, they're acting sus, strange. I walk into the room, they close out the screen that they're on. You just catch them doing some funky, weird shit. Whoop, and it starts problems. Okay, this one wants to come out too. Yeah, you got in their head and they hated it. Some people don't like to hear the truth, right? They don't like to know or have you point out their fucking flaws or what they're doing wrong. They'll turn around and try to be like, oh, well, you're nagging me and this and that. They'll try to play the victim. Okay, so maybe they just didn't like that you were right about them and they didn't want to hear you. They were not willing to hear you out in the connection, and that could be an issue. And then this one here says, time for others, but not for you or them. So either you or them felt this way about one another. Either you wanted to spend time with them, but they were always busy, or they always had time for everybody else except for you. Or they felt like you were always working or taking care of family stuff or stuff with children or whatever. And it's like, you have time for all that, but not for me. And so somebody didn't feel like they were needed. Okay, so that could have been another issue. Cause things to go wrong. Let's get another one. A stalker ex-lover. They don't know how to let go. Ooh. For some, you're still dealing with a fucking, is what I like to call Michael Myers or Joe from the show You. Someone who does not know how to fucking let go. A stalker who's always constantly stalking you. Interferes with your current connections or tries to sabotage it. Or maybe they feel like you're doing this to them. Again, roles could be reversed, guys. Okay, take what resonates. So somebody's ex-stalker, lover, or whatever is interfering. Fucking shit up. Not knowing how to let go. here it says they didn't like the fact that you put yourself out there. Okay, so if you're a highly independent woman and you don't let nobody fucking tell you what to do or anything, they probably didn't like the fact that you put yourself out there, that you didn't give a fuck. Not in a way where you're like spreading your legs on camera or anything like that, although it could be that. Or they just have a problem with your lifestyle, your independence, the way you do things. They didn't like the fact that you maybe dress a certain way and post certain pictures or videos online, and they didn't like the attention you got. They didn't like that you put yourself out there. It could be an insecurity issue, or maybe it was an issue that they felt that was inside of you that you were doing that they didn't like. Okay, so yikes, lots of things here, lots of things. Okay, so I'm gonna take these. We have turning to another for emotional support instead of you or them. Okay, so see, it's like it kind of links up to that one card that says being there for everybody else except for each other. And then it's like, oh, why can't you turn to me for emotional support? Why do you have to turn to so-and-so? Or they felt that way about you. You can't talk to me about nothing, but you can talk to your ex or your fucking bad influence of a friend or cousin or whatever that's not going to give you good advice or whatever. You know what I mean? It's maybe they didn't turn to you or whatever because they didn't like to know that maybe they were wrong or they were fucking up, you know? So it could be many reasons, guys. So here it says, I didn't do nothing, telling the truth and you not believing them. So for some, what went wrong is that perhaps you were always accusing them. Maybe perhaps they weren't doing anything wrong and you're always like, what are you doing? Who are you doing? What is this all about? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing wrong. And you never believed them. So it didn't work out for them. And they're like, you got issues, girl. Bye. You know? But again, that could also be in reverse where they felt that way about you, right? And you're like, bro, I'm not doing nothing. And they didn't believe you. It could have something to do with the stalker ex lover or whatever, or not. They paid too much attention to you. Okay, so so then there's the ones that we want to stalk us, and then there's the ones that we don't want to stalk us, where we're like, okay, I'm calling the police and getting a restraining order, versus I want to be chased and stalked, but not by the wrong motherfucker. Like, yo, that's why the universe is like, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, but just not in the way in which you asked, or maybe you didn't ask specifically. Maybe somebody here is dealing with someone who's just paying too much attention to them. Maybe this is a clingy person, an obsessive person, an ex-stalker person, or still stalker person. And you're just like, let me fucking breathe. You're in my bubble, bro. You're in my fucking bubble. You're even in my dreams. And even when I'm fucking sleeping, you gotta be up in it like, you know? So you could be like, ew, you're doing too much. Okay, so... And then here it says, too much money has been lost dealing with this connection. So a lot of you guys could be, you know, this is what went wrong where, like I said, if you had bad luck being around them, right? Or something always went down, they always had financial issues. It cost you a lot of fucking money. Either you helped them out over and over and over again, or they helped you out over and over and over again. It could be you, them, though. It could be that you're the one that was helping them a lot financially. You try to help them get on toes. And maybe on some type of level, you felt like they were using you financially. And you're like, is this real love or am I being fucking used? I'm a fucking walking ATM machine. The fuck? Right? You could be there with their, you know, there for their family or their kids. If you guys don't have kids, but they do, and you're there for their kids. Or you know what I mean? You just felt like you were being used. So too much money was being spent in the connection where you're just like, what the fuck? Let me get a sip of water. And some motherfucking chapstick. This is what happens when you yap all day, okay? So those are some of the things that went wrong within the connection that some of you guys were dealing with. So we're going to wrap that up. All right. Again, this is my deck, What Went Wrong, and you can find it in my Etsy shop. Now we are going to get into my issues deck. What are some of the issues you guys dealt with, maybe even still currently dealing with within your connection? So you can find this also in my Etsy shop. Let's give it a quick cleanse. Okay. That's a whole lot. Okay, so flip these around. Put this aside. So we got family interference, okay? This is a big one right here. Family interference. Relatives are constantly butting in, which is interesting because it links up to that other card, right? Where it says allowing others in your business, right? Relatives butting in, family manipulation, whether it's on their end or your end, and nosy loved ones. That can cause major rips within your connection, major issues within your connection. Family interference, nosy ass motherfuckers, you know, like mind your business type of shit. And then we have bad habits. And you know what's funny about family interference? We got mama's boy. So for the family interference, some of you guys, it could be the mama. Maybe it's a monster-in-law or some shit like that. Maybe it's an auntie or someone close to your person. Mama's boy here, spoiled in close connection to mama, still acts like a kid, used to things being handed over to them, and expects you to play mom. And for some, you were like, I ain't gonna cook you, no, I ain't your mama. I ain't gonna do your laundry, I ain't your mama. No, ain't your mama. When you gonna get your act together, I ain't your mama. Talk about J-Lo, right? So then we have bad habits, right? Negative influences / behavior patterns, lack of self-control. So maybe perhaps your person was probably in, you know, they have certain vices, or they just have really bad habits that led to them acting very toxic, abusive, manipulative. And those bad habits just led to a repeating of cycles. The patterns just kept repeating and repeating, and you guys were going round in circles in a merry-go-round, you know what I mean? So it's always the same thing. Apology, crying, arguing, happy, repeat. And you're just like, it's exhausting. Here we have immature. Childish, hasn't grown the fuck up. And go figure, we have mama's boy. And what does it say? Doesn't know how to fucking grow up. And acts immature. Somebody here is just acts like a baby, a mama's boy. You know, someone who's just like a fucking brat. Thinks that they can get away with everything. And, you know, things are handed to them. Or things got to be a certain way, you know. And it's like, Maybe it's also linked up to that financial card. Especially if you're dealing with a mama's boy. And I mean, not all mama's boys are like that, because there's a lot of mama's boys that are actually like fucking Prince Charmings, where it's like, damn, your mama raised you right. But not this motherfucker. Not this motherfucker right here. Here we have can't hear, okay? Oh my God. This totally links up to that other card. Remember that card where the guy is like covering his ears and he's just like, I can't hear you. I don't want to. This one right here, see? Here, see that? You got in their head and they hated it and they're covering their ears. That is this. That's connected to this card. You see how it links up? It says, not a good listener, doesn't hear you out, doesn't pay attention. Maybe you got tired of it and you're just like, did we not go over this? Did what I, tell you about what I didn't like or what bothered me or what we should and shouldn't do or say to each other? Did that just go out the fucking window? Did you forget? Why do I constantly have to remind you and blah, 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 blah? And it's like, yo, did your fucking ears fall off? Did you go deaf? Boy, I'm gonna... Makes you want to fucking knock them out, right? Like, what the... You suddenly turned into fucking Ike. Just kidding. Okay, then we have rude. Come on, rude boy, can you get it up? No, I'm kidding. So it says offensively impolite and ill-mannered and an asshole. Maybe this person was just rude. They were an asshole. They didn't have any manners. They started to act impulsive, and it could have something to do with them drinking a lot, smoking. They become very rude and someone that's just, you just can't tolerate being around. You're not able to tolerate them anymore, just like that one card said, and when we pulled earlier. And then we have super embarrassing, shames and humiliates. Maybe they're so rude in public or around others, when you're around others, that they embarrass you. Okay, maybe they act obnoxious, or you just can't control them and they're just an asshole to everybody and you, and they get disrespectful, and it's just, it becomes too much to deal with. Whew, Lord. What else do we have? No chill. Somebody has no chill. Doesn't know how to relax and always so fucking jumpy. It's like you can't tell them anything because suddenly they're trying to pop off on you. Suddenly they get all disrespectful or get loud and try to fucking pick a fight with you. And every time you try to express your feelings or emotion, this person gets all fucking jumpy, and then it just makes you not want to communicate with them. And you're just like, this is an issue. I just can't. I just can't. And it was not, and it's not worth it at that point, you know? Whew, I should have did a trigger warning in the beginning, because I know this might bring up some people's past trauma and issues, right? Where you're just like, ooh, thinking about it pisses me off, but I'm not that person anymore. I'm healed. No. And for some, you're dealing with it currently. We have too soon. Fell in love too fast. Oh, why do I feel like this is connected to that one card where it says they pay too much attention to you, or that stalker ex that does not allow you to move on? Someone fell in love too soon, or they said, I love you too soon. And you or them were like, whoa, like this is going to be a problem. They're clingy. They want me to text them 24/7. And if I don't, can't even fucking take a shit. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, they'll be like, what you doing in there? Can I want my ass? Fuck. Can't even play with my rose in peace, you know, like some of you guys are like, just kidding. We have denial, refusing to believe their true feelings and thoughts. So some of you guys, the issue in your connection was your person was in denial about the connection. Maybe you are that, you know, sometimes they're hot, they're cold, they're in, they're out, and you're just like, yo, you're giving me a whiplash. What's up? I know you love this, but you keep denying it. You're pushing it away. This person has major issues. They're in denial. Okay. Take note. Y'all can resonate with all of it or just certain parts. You'll be like, yep, I resonate with that one and that one and that one and that one. Or just that one, right? Then we have no closure. Leaves things unresolved and staying clueless, which leaves you staying clueless, right? It just stays up in the air, is in limbo. Some of you guys never ever got any closure from that one person. They just didn't give you what you wanted communicative wise, and you're just like clueless. Things, you just were always left in the dark about things, and you're like, how come I never know anything? Or how come you never tell me how you felt? Or I didn't know this, or you know what I mean? It's a mind fuck. It's like your mind gets more fucked than your pussy. No, I'm just kidding. I need to stop. I need to stop. Lord have mercy. Let me just cleanse these thoughts out of my... Anyways. She'd be like, why do I get so mentally fucked more than my actual coochie? All right, we're done. Okay, so then it says never satisfied. You could be dealing with someone or dealt with someone that was hard to please. Nothing ever was enough for them. They were insatiable. No matter how hard you try to please them, no matter what you did, no matter if you fucking went the distance or did the most, the person was just never fucking satisfied. And you're like, you know what? You can eat shit then, you know? And you felt like the more you did, the less you were getting anywhere. And like, you're like, for some, it's like the less I give and ignore, the more you receive. And ain't that about a bitch? For some, it's like that. Okay? All right. We also have plays dumb. This fucking card right here. Ooh, can't stand when a motherfucker plays stupid. Pretends not to know what you're asking them, especially when they get caught, right? They suddenly act stupid as fuck. Suddenly turn stupid. Just exactly what I said. You could be like, especially if you catch them in the lie, huh? What? What do you mean? And you're like literally being fucking clear to them. Oh, who is this person? Are you talking to them? Why was this happening? Or blah, 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 blah. And they're just like, huh? What? Like, huh? What? suddenly like acting all stupid and shit, or like, did you suddenly go retarded? Like, what the fuck? I can't fucking stand that. And for some of you guys, you were constantly getting that dumb fuck energy when it came to situations like that. Okay. All right. So then, bottom of the deck, inconsiderate, thoughtless and self-centered, unfair and unkind. Maybe you felt like this person was just inconsiderate of your feelings, of your emotions, your thoughts, what you wanted. It was always about them. They weren't mindful about you. Okay, it's kind of like you almost didn't exist. They didn't play fair. They don't know how to play fair. And when things don't go their way, they become unkind. Oh, Lord. Whew, that's a lot to take into tea time. I should have made some tea. Okay, so move on. So what are some of the things that triggered you within your guys' connections? So this is my Twin Flame Soulmate Triggers deck. This is the newer version since I redid it a little bit, or tweaked it up a bit, should I say. Let's give it a cleanse. Okay. Why is this being weird? You never left them. That's why I'm pressed. Wow. This could have something to do with the third party karmic situation, right? Some of you guys get triggered because they never left the person they swore they were going to leave, or acted like they were going to leave their karmic or ex while you guys were talking, right? They would always talk shit about the other person to you, making you think you guys had a chance, and they never did. For some, they're still with them. The problem is I can't trust you, okay? So you couldn't trust this person. You can't trust them for shit anymore. Maybe in the beginning you tried to trust them, or had faith and trust in them. And now it's like lies and lies kept catching up, or you notice certain things that they would say and not act on. Perhaps they made you feel one way, but their actions said another. And they just maybe fucked up many times that the trust is fucking dead now. And you don't know if you can go back to that, or go back to how things were, or change things anymore. It's going to take a long time, or maybe you're just like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to deal with it no more. Here it says, these telepathic conversations get me in my feels. And for some, you could be in a connection where, yeah, it could be a little karmic, but you can't help but be in love with them. And you're like, I still connect to them telepathically. I still get signs from them. And usually when that happens, it's probably because either you're still not over them, or they're still not over you, and you guys are sending the energy, the signal, the galactic signal of your brains are sending each other telepathic conversations. And that's, that happens. Oh shit. And here says, I just want union already. And for some of you guys, what triggers you is just, maybe you just want to be with them. And for some, it's like they never left their person, so you're never coming into union unless that happens. Or if you're going to come into union, they're still going to be with someone. And you're just at a point where you don't know whether or not you want to continue to accept that, or if you are just like trying to get over the fact that, I don't know, it just feels like you're at a crossroads for some. You want union already, and maybe you told yourself, I don't want them if they're still with somebody else, because that's fuck shit energy. But then your heart is like, fuck, but I want to be there. I want to build something, even if it's a little bit, because for some, you're willing to accept a little here and there, because to you, you feel like that's going to build something. It's going to merge into something. And a lot of you do believe that. And believe me, some of the time, sometimes it happens. And other times it's a waste of time. So guys, this is all part of your learning process. Okay. For everyone is different. You denying our love just kills me. Remember that card in the issues deck, how it said in denial? I told you, for some, they're in denial of their feelings for you, and you know that their denial for your love, it fucking kills you, because your heart and your soul tells you something else. And if sometimes it feels like if they continue to stay with karmics like this or whatever, and they're still like telling you they love you and all that stuff, it feels like those type of masculines, they do love, but they're afraid to detach from what they're already used to, because they fear either hurting somebody, or they fear fucking up, or they get threatened, or this and that. And for some, it's just a bunch of fucking excuses. So it's different, like I said. Here it says, I asked Archangel Michael to hold me back from fucking it all up. Now, we all have those moments where we talk to our archangels and we'll be like, yo, I need to talk to God because I'm about to fuck some shit up or raise some hell. Please hold me back. So for some, you've gotten so triggered where you're like calling in your archangels, trying to calm you down, help you out, show you some truths and stuff like that. Because sometimes they just get you on your damn nerves. Okay. I don't believe you anymore. See? That links up to the no trust card. I can't trust you. That's the problem, right? That's what it says here. I don't believe you anymore. Maybe you tell, maybe they tell you, oh, I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them. But they're still there. That's the problem. You never left them. That's why I'm pressed, is what it says. So they could be telling you, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna get a divorce, or we're gonna separate, or we're really close and I'm gonna be moving soon. And it's like, yeah, I don't believe you anymore. Or you're rolling your eyes and you're just like, yeah. Talk to the hand. So much. I hate that I still cry over you. And sometimes it be's like that, guys, right? It be getting on your damn nerves too. Like, I can't stand that I still fucking cry over you. Why do I still cry over you? You give me so many reasons to hate you and to detach. And you give me all the reasons to go on my merry way and be independent and be happy and go enjoy somebody else. But I still fucking cry. And it's healthy, though, that you cry over them. Because that means you're purging them out. You're purging them out. So don't suppress the tears. I see what the karmic is doing to you, and I'm pissed. Look at that. For some, you see that whoever they're with is using them, abusing them, treating them like shit, and they still don't leave. And that's why you're pressed, and you're like, you know what? You want to put up with that? Then do it. But I'm done. It's tiring. I can't do this in and out shit anymore. And for some, you just can't take it anymore. Maybe in the beginning it was cool and all, and you're like, you know what? I'm willing to give it a go. And then after a while, that shit gets fucking old, right? It gets old. I blocked you when I was in my feels, and now I regret it. Okay, never regret blocking someone when you're in your feels, because it was meant to happen at that time. You got to acknowledge your feelings and the phases that you go through when you feel certain things, because it's part of who you are. You can't block those parts of you. You just got to embrace it and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I did what I did. I was in my feels. That's how I reacted. And then you go from there. If you regretted it, then you learned your lesson and you know not to do it next time, or you'll feel like you need to step away from something before you end up doing something that you might regret. Then we have, I hate that you act happy when I know you ain't. For some, they can, you could have that motherfucker that's like pretend they moved on and detached from you and shit, or you broke up with them and now they're acting all happy and taking pictures and drinking and taking photos with other random chicks or whatever, and you're like, oh, they're acting like they're fucking happy without me? How dare you not cry for me? How dare you not be miserable at home? No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Hey, that could be in reverse as well. I posted on purpose for you to see. Oh, I just realized these two cards came out together. I posted on purpose for you to see, and I hate that you act happy when I know you ain't. So, see? They post that shit on purpose, especially after a separation, a fight, a breakup, and they're acting like they're, oh, yeah, I'm fucking free finally. I'm having drinks with the boys, or I'm out in the club, or I'm out gambling, or whatever. At the fucking taking gym photos and shit, all sweaty and acting cute, fucking making girls thirsty, and you're just like, oh, so you gonna act like that all of a sudden? You're gonna act like that? They do that shit on purpose because they know it gets under your fucking skin. Don't give them that reaction that they're so thirsty for. Okay? All right, my love. So that is what's coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading and it wasn't too triggering for you. But this is shit that people deal with. This is the things that we deal with in relationships. You know, whether you're happy or not, people, ain't nobody fucking perfect. How else are you going to learn? There's a lot of readers out there that are like, I don't do karmic readings. I don't dabble in that shit. That's blah, blah, blah. Like, shut the fuck up. You act like that shit ain't fucking real life shit. It takes fucking balls for someone to actually dive into shit like that. Just because they can't handle it? Shit, bitch. Give me the cards. All right, loves. Talk to you guys later. Love you.